Welcome to day 5 of building the camper. Today has been a very long day. I woke up at 5:15 this morning to start at 6 while it was quiet and cooler. And I also got this tarp set up for the rest of the day that really helped keep the sun off of me and keep me going. But anyways, it's now 6:30 in the evening. It's been 12 and a half hours. But as far as actual build time, I would take off about 2.5 hours for breakfast and lunch and a couple other breaks. So about 9.5 hours that I spent today. And so let me go ahead and show you the progress. So, of course, we've got the roof on. And this one, I decided to make the sky hatch a square, so 22 inches wide in both directions. Whereas on the other one, it was 24 inches long and 20 inches wide. And so far, I'm really glad that I did this, the 22 inches by 22 inch square. Of course, with the roof, I rounded the corners on both ends. And then the front has just a little overhang for water to run off, which I'll caulk underneath there as well. And then, of course, I also added this piece on. There's about a 2-inch overhang for the sides and the roof to kind of create a little gutter. And if you look from the side, it's basically flush with the window, if not just a little bit further out. But if you remember from my other video, I also slanted these 2x2s, so if water does get here, it'll run off. So just good to always consider water and where it might collect and how to have it run off. Which also, with designing the sky hatch, I have the 2x2s up on top, so, and then I'll caulk around the edges so there's no chance for water to get inside. But yeah, so I was able to get that done. Let me go on the inside. So we can also see I added this shelf, this storage shelf up top. It's 18 inches wide, and then I also put a 1/2 inch angle on it. So the back is 1/2 inch higher than the front, so then it kind of sits this way, which gives a little extra space for the person sleeping under here. And then also, if something is in here, it rolls to the front so you can see it a little easier, and not have it get hid behind the 2x2. For the door, I added trim around the door, so there's about a 1/2 inch lip on all 4 sides, top, bottom, and both sides. That way when the door closes, it covers the gap between the sides of the doors. And then I also added these 2 blocks here because I made the bed pieces, which one bed piece sits here and it comes to right here and leaves 1 inch for both of them. That way the second bed can come here and catch this lip and here and the lip on both sides, and then it also catches the two blocks right there. And I also ended up adding a 2x2 that goes the full length across on that second bed, that sits on the blocks. And it's very strong with both beds in here or just one bed. It's very strong. In a minute, I'll show you some of those pieces. So if you look up at the sky hatch, on the other one, I had the entrance start right flush with the door, pretty much. And so this one, I made it so it's a little more than 2 inches away from the door trim. And then, of course, it's 22 inches wide in both directions. And I love it. Just sitting in this camper versus the other one, there is so much more space inside. Like, even though the whole frame is basically the same, the only difference is that it's a 3/4 of an inch wider this way. It's the same length, and actually from top to bottom it's 1 inch shorter. But sitting in here, like putting my hand above my head, I still have about 2 inches, but just sitting in here, like, I don't feel crowded at all. It's just the illusion of space is different because this storage shelf is pushed back, the windows are larger, the door is larger, and the sky hatch is larger and spaced a little more in the center, more towards the front. So all of those things just kind of create an illusion of more space than what it was in the first version, which I'm very grateful for. Got a lot done today. Let me show you all the other pieces I made. First off, this is the door. This is the front side. And I actually, instead of one piece, you can see I joined 2 pieces to make better use of the scrap of wood that I still have left. I didn't want to use another sheet of plywood, even though I have 4 of the 3/8 left. But then looking on the inside, you've got a lip on top and the bottom that catches the door. I added the peephole and I raised it an inch higher than on the other camper. So that's ready to go. And then that middle piece is what joins the 2 boards together. And it just goes all the way through. And then I also made sure to have the 2 side pieces long ways go all the way to also help attach the 2 plywood sections together. And then for the door, you can see what I did here. I took a 2x3 and slimmed it down to 1 inch wide. And so with the doorknob and the deadbolt, that's where they'll go. And instead of having the deadbolt on top and then the doorknob below the middle, I decided to have both of them up top, and I think it looks better this way. But mainly because when you're sleeping, the doorknob was in the way of the person sleeping on the other one. So I decided to bring both of them up so they're more out of the way now. So that's the door. And then if we look here, this is the hatch for the sky hatch. We've got rounded corners on all 4 sides. The inside, I chose the inside piece as for the pretty side because it looks a lot better on the inside. And so that just plops right on top of the sky hatch there. And then this piece right here, there's just a little jut out there. That is for the shelf in the bottom for the power station. So that's what goes there. This piece is the second bed, and that's the 2x2 attached that I was talking about for that second bed. And everything's sanded, so this is 5/8 inch plywood to support the weight of the bed. And then this is the first bed. No 2x2s on it because it's not necessary. And then the last piece here is the half-person bed. So we've got a 2x2 attached to it as well, with some cutouts to sit against the wall. If I show you, that piece sits right here, and that's where my nephew can sleep, or it's just extra storage space, or to set something down, kind of as like a little table in here. But anyways, yeah, it's been a great day. As far as I'm aware, that is all the building, all the construction of the wood, assembling, building, cutting, all of that is done on day 5. So I'm really proud with that. Now what's left is I need to paint everywhere on the inside and the outside after caulking everywhere to seal up any joints, any seams. And then after that, I need to install the door, the windows, the lights, the hardware for the tie downs, install the bed, and then just load everything in after that. So painting, installing doors and windows, and then loading everything in. So yeah, this camper has gone much quicker than the last one. It's been very awesome. I'll keep you updated on the rest of the progress. If you did like this video, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. It really does help my channel out, and I really do appreciate it. Thanks again for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day.